The Eagles kicked off free agency with a bang on Monday, making the first signing of the day in defensive tackle Malik Jackson and keeping things going later in the day by agreeing to a trade with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for DeSean Jackson. That was only day one. Or, at least, day one for when teams can negotiate with teams and free agents before things become official on Wednesday at 4 p.m. Don't expect things to slow down on Tuesday. The Eagles still have cap room to spare and positions of need to fill. Even after the initial wave of free agency, there are plenty of intriguing players still on the open market. Here's 16 players in particular that the Eagles should still be targeting in free agency, broken into two categories: top targets, and worth considering. Top targets. OR should be RB Mark Ingram, Saints. There wasn't much running back action on Monday outside of short deals for Frank Gore, Bills, and Mike Davis, Bears, and might not be until the big chip, Le'Veon Bell, makes his decision. After Bull and Falcons' Tevin Coleman, Ingram is the next best running back in the open market and an ideal fit for the Eagles' offense considering his power running, pass-catching skill set. He shouldn't be too expensive, either. LBKJ. Wright, Seahawks. The Eagles don't spend a lot of money on linebackers, so if Wright is expecting a Quan Alexander-level deal, he won't be coming to Philadelphia. Like Alexander, Wright is coming off an injury that cost him most of 2018, though he's older, 30. If Wright is seeking a one-year, prove-it-type contract, he would be an upgrade over Jordan Hicks and Camu Grugier-Hill, really, at linebacker, and would be an intriguing buy-low investment for Roseman. Jimmy Ward. 49ers. In a deep safety market, not everyone is going to get paid like Landon Collins. Ward has flown under the radar, largely because he's missed 21 games the last 3 seasons due to injury, but he's an ideal fit for the Eagles' defense thanks to his versatility. Ward can become the team's number 3 safety and perhaps eventually replace Rodney McLeod. CB Ronald Darby. Eagles. It's been a robust market for cornerbacks and Darby could garner a huge payday. If the market isn't to his liking, though, the Eagles would likely welcome him back on a short-term deal that would allow Darby to hit the open market again in 2020 or 2021, worth considering. Bruce Irvin. Raiders. The veteran is best suited as a rotational pass rusher at this stage of his career, but that makes him a solid fit as a reserve in a group that already has Brandon Graham, Derek Barnett, and, most likely, Chris Long. He has experience in a wide 9 defensive scheme, too. Will be Jordan Hicks. Eagles. The Eagles severely lack for depth at linebacker and Hicks is a highly regarded figure in the Eagles locker room. He's just injury-prone and unlikely to garner a multi-year deal from the team that drafted him. At a discount, they'd seemingly welcome him back. RB Latavius Murray. Vikings. If the Eagles go the cheaper, short-term veteran route, Murray is a solid option. He has experience both as a starter and in a rotation and as a decent pass catcher. RBCJ. Anderson. Rams. Anderson would be a LeGarrette Blount-esque signing, and that includes in playing style. Anderson is fresh off a stellar end-of-season run with the Rams and would do well in a Blount-esque complementary role for the Eagles on a small, one-year deal. RBTJ. Yeldon. Jaguars. Yeldon is talented but more of a pass catcher than pure runner. He is young, though, and would seemingly come cheaply and fill a role the Eagles were missing last season as an option out of the backfield. CB Darkase Denard. Bengals. If the Eagles felt like they needed to add another cornerback after, potentially, losing Darby, Denard would be an intriguing fit. He's a sound tackler, still only 27 and flying under the radar in this free agency class. LBLJ. Fort Steelers. He's primarily been a special teams standout, but when called upon to start late last season he acquitted himself well and would be a low-cost option for a position of need. LB Josh Bynes. Cardinals. Bynes had 75 tackles in only 11 games last season. He can be the team's no. linebacker and a special teams contributor at a low cost. Max Williams. Ravens. The Eagles need a low-cost number 3 tight end, ideally one who thrives in protection. Williams is more of a blocker than receiver and has ties in the Eagles organization to Joe Douglas. Ty Nseka, Redskins. The Eagles both announced they'd be bring Jason Peters on Monday and decided to part ways with Stefan Wisniewski. As such, the Eagles lack depth on the offensive line, and a good place to start would be with Nseka, an intriguing swing tackle who would be an upgrade over Halapoulivaati Vaitai. To Vinny Curry, Buccaneers. The ex-Eagles defensive end was released recently. He obviously knows the Eagles defense well, played well under Jim Schwartz for 2 seasons and is best suited as a rotational defensive end at this stage of his career, which is what the Eagles need right now. Clayton Geathers, Colts. The 26-year-old had 89 tackles in just 12 games and would be a young, cost-effective option to compete with Trey Sullivan to become the Eagles' No. 3 safety. Zach Rosenblatt may be reached at zrosenblatt@advancemedia.com. Follow him on Twitter at ZachBlatt. Find NJ.com on Facebook.